Hello everybody and welcome back. We are at Canada's Wonderland. It's Friday. It's the last day of the month of July, July 31st. And despite what it looks like here, it's pretty busy today. It's also really hot. So we are starting things off right here at the Medieval Fair. It's not normally something we do, but I decided to shake things up a notch, mix it up a bit, and start over here for maybe the first time ever on these live streams. So we are going to find out immediately how long the wait time is for Leviathan. It's official. The season passes are something we are going to be talking about. SMG and Brain Wiggle in the Hizzy getting busy. Thanks for watching. Hope you are both having an amazing day today. It is very hot today, so if you are at home, I hope your air conditioner is on. We're looking at a 40-minute wait for Leviathan, and yes, we will be talking about these season passes that have come out. They came out yesterday, I believe, or maybe it was the day before. We'll walk around the park a little bit. We'll take a look at the crowd sizes. We'll look at the wait times. We'll see what's open, what's closed. Take a look at the Daredeviler, see how she's faring after it's been a week since its grand opening. And right now, let's see, so we're looking at a 40-minute wait for Leviathan. Line looks to be pretty, well, it looks okay, actually. It's not so bad. That whole area back there is not yet occupied, so that's good. I think it will be a true 40-minute wait, maybe slightly less. Let's see if we can get a wave from somebody on the coaster here. Any waves? Nobody? No waves. Nobody's looking over here. No waves. Hurts every time. Just kidding. I can handle it. I can handle it. Well, there is rumors. There is rumors. I believe the correct grammar would be there are rumors. There are rumors of a new ride coming. So I don't think anything has been announced by Wonderland yet, but there are some rumors floating around. Should I get into this right now? Maybe. We'll talk about it quite a bit. So I'll get into it right now. So the rumor is that there is a RMC hybrid coaster coming to the Kingswood Theater area, the Kingswood musical area. You know, we'll go over there eventually. The goal is to have it ready somewhere between 2028 and 2031. The name that is floating around is Balor, B-A-L-O-R. It's a one-eyed Cyclops monster, which will fit well with the other mythical beast themings that they have for the rides. You know, Behemoth, Leviathan. I guess those are the only two. But yeah, it's kind of exciting. So, yeah, there's not too much to go off of right now. There are rumors saying that it is going to be a world record breaker in terms of a RMC hybrid. It's going to be the fastest, the longest, 99-degree inversion, multiple inversions, 99-degree drop, but multiple inversions. I think they were saying 7 throughout the track. So the new ride, it would go in the area where all those tents are over by the Kingswood Musical Theater. We'll walk over there. I guess I'll head over there now. We can take a look over there, and maybe we'll begin the discussion about the season passes and the dining plans now that those are all official. There's a lot to talk about. Not so many people are happy with what they're seeing, and why would they be, you know? We're, in a lot of ways, we're getting less and paying more. So, yeah, it is a just cause for people to be upset, I would say. Yeah, I am really wondering what the timeline is, because I know that I spoke with the new park president, Chris Mortensen, I guess coming on a little week and a half ago now, and he was mentioning that there are some pretty big plans to have this park really in its full form by 2031, which of course will be the 50-year anniversary of the park being opened. The park opened in 1981. So yeah, it's a big year, obviously, for the park, half a century. Now, I did post a short video yesterday. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not, but there is a little weird hidden secret that involves this fountain here. And one of the faces at the bottom here, you'll see these little statue faces. One of these faces is different than the others. So the only way that you can know is you actually have to go up and touch it. So I recommend the next time you're at Canada's Wonderland, you go over to those things, you feel it, and tell me if you can point out which one is the different one amongst them all. So here's Christmas in July. I guess this is going to be the last day for Christmas in July, seeing as tomorrow's August. But right now, okay, so the sales have gotten even better. 50% off. It was 40% off before. So if you are planning on getting Christmas supplies this Christmas and you want to save a bit of money, this is not a bad idea to come over here and get some stuff at a discounted price. They got some mugs. They got some, actually these glasses are not bad. These would work for kind of any scenario, not just specifically Christmas. And these little Santa gnome guys are kind of cute. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. There's a crew neck, Canada's Wonderland. It's got Snoopy with a Christmas tree in the back of his car. And this is $49.99. So if we go to the 50% off chart here, what is this? So $49.99, $49.99. That's only $25. That's not so bad. $25. That's pretty cool. It is very Christmas specific, but not a bad crew neck, nevertheless. Okay, let's head on over to the front of the park. Let's see how many people are coming in. It is just a little after 1 p.m. I got here about 45 minutes ago. I was shocked, really, quite shocked at how many people there were. I had to park all the way, like where I normally park for the fireworks days to try and get an easy escape is where I had to park today. It was not my choice. It was just the way it worked out because there were so many cars. It's a very sunny day today. Wonderland needs more flat rides. I guess. I feel like there are so many different flat rides out there. I think a lot of the times when I hear flat ride, I think of the sort of more basic ones, but there are a lot of very interesting and unique flat ride possibilities. So yeah, if they can just add more ride experiences in general, they don't necessarily have to be coasters, that would be pretty cool as well. However, my personal desire, I suppose, is to see more roller coasters because I just like roller coasters more. But if the flat rides are cool and unique, then I'm down for those as well. Yeah, we're gonna walk over to the Chicken Shack. We'll see what's going on there. Really not that many people here at the park entrance. Way less than when I showed up. So who knows? Calm before the storm. Eye of the storm, perhaps. Hard to know. Hard to know. Pork bone soup. Discovered the paneer tikka masala. Let's see. Did you like it? It's favorite savory meal. Yeah, I actually had that too. It was pretty good. Yeah, the food at the Grand World Eatery this season actually pretty decent. I do have some gripes with the meatballs and the fact that it's like $20 for just 3 meatballs. That's it's pretty bad. And the fact that you can just get like kind of pasta on the side, and the pasta's cheaper. It's like $7.99, I think. We'll go over there too. We'll take a look at the prices. But I mean, you're basically splitting a spaghetti and meatball meal into 2 meals that you have to pay separately for. I think that's a little much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we go this way.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that's the good thing about Canada's Wonderland is there is there's a lot of variety, you know, for everyone. If you like coasters, you got a lot of options. If you like flat rides, you got a lot of options. If you like ramen, you only have a few options, but well, personally, I love ramen. And it is a scorcher today. Definitely bring some water with you, at the very least a water bottle, so that you can get your free water refills, and put on some sunscreen. I think the UV is up there today. Sunglasses, shorts, whatever you got that is summer appropriate would be good to have today. So that old-timey piano music that is kind of like accompanying the Daredeviler is actually starting all the way as far as this area here. So I wonder if they're going to sort of kind of give this whole area a bit of a retheme with the kind of old-timey vibes. Kind of makes sense. I mean, we've got the Wild West here. Things do feel like they're from an older time in this section of the park. Well, here we are coming over to the Grand World Eatery as well as the Daredeviler. Let's see how that's working today, if it's working today. But first, let's take a look at this menu. Just want to see what I have had and what I have not had. Okay, so hopefully we can see that menu all right. The beef meatballs, yes, there's three beef meatballs for like 20 bucks. Is insane, absolutely insane. I tried the chicken tenders. They're standard. They're basically the same at every restaurant that serves chicken tenders here at the park. Frito misto I did not try. The paneer tikka masala I did try and I enjoyed it. However, I would have enjoyed it if it was a little warmer. It was kind of cold. The pesto chicken caprese sandwich was excellent. And then, if we're looking at the sides, the pasta, like I said, this is the perfect counterpart to the beef meatballs, because you can make yourself basically a spaghetti and meatballs, but they really should have come together. And then the vegetable biryani is a good pairing with the paneer tikka masala. You get yourself a whole Indian meal. That's what I did, and that was pretty good. That did feel like a lot of food as well. So yeah, if I were to make recommendations at the Grand World Eatery, I would say go with the paneer tikka masala and the pesto chicken caprese. Beef meatballs, absolutely no. And the pasta and the vegetable biryani were pretty good. But of course, if you have a dining plan, that kind of changes things because you're not really paying per individual item. So I would say try it out. I mean, beef meatballs are beef meatballs. They're certainly better than the vegetable meatballs that are over at the Lazy Bear Lodge, which we'll be talking all about in a video that'll be coming out soon about all the food at Lazy Bear Lodge. Here we are at the site of the Daredeviler. SMG took my advice using single rider, and there were only 3 people. We had to wait 5-10 minutes. Amazing. Yeah, that hack really does work. If you show up early in the morning, get yourself in the single rider line ASAP, and yeah, you'll be on that in no time. It's like pure like fast pass times if you do that. Wild West is at M. Very good, I love it. Yes, the fireworks are postponed, so those were going to happen on August 2nd, on Sunday, but unfortunately the weather is not looking the greatest, so unfortunately they are going to postpone that. So that's the second postponed fireworks thus far. So these are the signs that they brought out for the Daredeviler's grand opening. I wonder if these are going to stay here forever. They were over there for the grand opening, but now they've found new homes over here. They're kind of taking up some of the seating space. And here the Daredeviler comes right now. Has anyone had a chance to get on this thing since it's reopened? I did a couple runs on it on the grand opening a week ago, and it was great. I had a blast on this thing. It is such an improvement, and the thing I really loved about it was the theming. Now, it was a little unreliable, I guess you could say, on opening day, because it opened for about an hour or two, and then it closed down due to technical issues, which was a little sad, and I think it was down for the majority of the rest of the day. But this is what I love the most, is this story building here. I've noticed that some of the Six Flags parks are doing this with some of their rides. I think it's a great idea. And what's really cool too is that this is actually like a true story. See, the plane's true fame came during the barnstorming era, piloted by the fearless Canadian aviator Clara Hawk Redmond.
I told you they were on that one. Yo.
This guy's pretty excited. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. A little bit of Canadian aviation history as well. So that's storytelling and just education, which is great. Yeah, it is. It's still a bit of a rocky ride. Definitely, comes down to the fact that this track here is like 30 years old. But all things considered, I mean, if I went on that ride, I had no knowledge of its history as Top Gun or Flight Deck, and I went on that, and then I came off of it and someone told me it was a 30-year-old coaster, I'd be like, well, that was surprisingly good. Knowing what we know, I think kind of biases it a little bit because, obviously we're comparing and contrasting with the previous experiences that we had. They were all bad on the previous iterations of this ride, but this is the best version of this ride. So I don't think it's going to become anyone's favorite coaster, but it's definitely not going to be the worst coaster anymore. That spot is especially reserved for Wild Beast now. Yeah, I would put Mindbuster above it. I think now with the retracking on Mindbuster, it's way smoother than Daredeviler. I was really hoping to see some new stuff with this. Anyone that watched the grand opening video may have noticed that I spied an individual up there on a little crane lift thing, like a cherry picker thing, and he's doing something. So I was like, are they going to open this thing soon to match the Daredeviler here? But I guess not. All right, so let's head on over to the Chicken Shack. We'll see what what's going on there, and we'll also talk a bit about these 2027 season passes. So those are available for purchase now. So of course, in a way, it's a good thing to see those because a lot of people were panicking about the membership plans and paying those monthly fees, and what you get for those didn't seem to add up to be that good. So I think people were worried that the membership thing was going to replace the season pass as we know it. But of course, that was not the case. So we do have both options. We can get the season pass, or we can get the monthly membership, or we can do the best thing possible, and that is move the fence. But these new season passes, so there's two tiers. There's the gold and there's the prestige. So the gold right now is on sale. If you renew it before September 7th, you're going to get the gold pass for $99. It's not too bad of a price. The gold passes that we got for the 2026 season were $89, but they came with a lot of perks. Now, obviously, we're not going to get all those perks this time around, and I think that our expectations also need to be lowered a little bit, because what happened is there was this massive merger, right? And Six Flags took over, and they wanted everybody to go to every single one of their parks so that they could kind of lead the horse to water, so to speak. And that's what the whole point of this $89 all park passport, free parking everywhere situation was. It was an amazing deal that brought people out to all the Six Flags parks. It's still happening. I'm going to be talking a bit about how I'm going to be going to a whole bunch of Six Flags parks during the month of August. But what that is that's them opening the door so that they can get people kind of hooked and then make more money off of it later. And that's what we're seeing happen right now. So we're not going to get as good a deal as we got for this year. Unfortunately, that was like the incentive to get us interested in going to Six Flags theme parks. So now that we are, they've bumped the price back up. So the Gold Pass, $99. It's $10 more. However, you are not going to be getting all the perks. You're not going to get the all-park passport. What you're going to get is you're going to get access to some Six Flags parks in what they have called the Midwest region, which is very weird because I would never, ever, ever think to put Toronto, Ontario, Vaughan in a Midwest category. We're very, very east. If you look at any map, it will tell you this. So it's a little strange. However, I guess there are more parks, Six Flags parks, that are in the Midwest region, like Cedar Point and stuff. So those ones are included. There is a list on the website that shows what Six Flags parks you will have access to if you get the Gold Pass. It won't be all of them, but it is some. And the big one, of course, is Cedar Point, which is... I'm glad that that's on the list, because really, if you are going to be visiting any other Six Flags park, it probably should be Cedar Point. It just has, a whole bunch of world-class coasters. While we're here, by the way, Sledgehammer is down. It's down again. It might have been obvious because there's no screaming and nobody's seated on this, but I just want to point out that yet again, Sledgehammer is down. This is happening. And yes, what a shock. B-Man the chap. What a shock indeed. SMG, you've got some tips and tricks for the meal plan. True. Well, let's hear them. We'll be talking a little bit more specifically about that meal plan soon. But while we're on the topic of the season passes, I'll just continue to let you know what the deal is with that. So right now, if you get that season pass, the gold one is $99. It won't get you into every park. It'll get you into some of the parks, but it will get you into Cedar Point. It will not get you parking unless you renew by September 7th. They're throwing this in as like a perk. So if you do renew, you will get that free parking, which I think is a great reason to renew before that date, because why spend the extra money? You're also getting a bit of a discount. I think that the gold pass is normally listed at $130, but they're dropping it down to $99 if you renew before September 7th. Behemoth, not too long of a wait right now. It is 20 minutes for Behemoth. Not so bad, but the line is pretty full, so I don't know. Might be a little bit longer than 20 minutes. Let's take a look. Yeah, Kings Island. I mean, there's definitely a number of really good parks out there. Definitely not throwing any shade on the other ones, but Cedar Point is a pretty manageable trip if you're trying to get there by car. So it is kind of like a very good option if you are, Toronto or Southern Ontario based and you want to go to another world-class park. What do I think Canada's Wonderland will add in 2027? Not too sure. I don't know that there will be much, to be honest, added. I think we might just have more of the same. The plan is to really have some pretty big changes by 2031, which will be the 50-year anniversary of the park's opening. So the talks are of putting a new coaster over, what's funny is I was actually going to talk about it when I went past it, but I went past it and forgot about it. So we'll loop back around, but I'll show you. It's over by the Kingswood Music Theater. The rumor mill is saying that there's going to be a world record-breaking hybrid RMC coaster over there, which will be the longest, the fastest. It'll have a 99-degree drop, 7 inversions, and it'll be called Balor, which is the name of a mythical cyclops. So I'm not like a wrestling fan per se. When I was younger, I was kind of more into it, but it's one of those things I don't like. There's a number of sports and such. I mean, if you call wrestling a sport, but it is, I don't know, like when it's on, I'll watch it, I guess is the best way I could say it. But I'm not like actively seeking to watch it. But wrestling, I don't know. It's fun. Anyway, let's get back to our discussion about the season passes. So the season passes, I think it's a good idea to get them in this renewal period so that you can get those bonus perks like the parking. So we talked a little bit about the gold tier. That's going for $99 until September 7th. But there's also the prestige tier. So the prestige tier, that one is actually similar to what most of us have with our gold passes for 2026. So the 2027 prestige pass, this one's going for $229. Hey, and that is dropped down. So that is going to be in the I think that's a $335 somewhere there range, $350 maybe even, if you don't get it in this renewal period. So it is a substantial saving, and you do also get, with the Prestige Season Pass, you get a $20 in-park credit. So you could use that towards merch or food or whatever. So it's at $229. Technically, you're getting $20 back. So you could look at it like the price of the Prestige Pass for 2027 is technically $209, which is not great if you are looking for the price that you paid for this year's Gold Season Pass and expecting all the same perks. Because what's going to happen is $209, if you kind of round it to that, it's going to get you the all park passport. So you'll be able to do what you can do this year, which is go everywhere, every Six Flags park. It's going to get you, the parking is going to be included, and that is beyond that promo period. I think you can just, if you renew that at any point, it'll come with the parking, and it comes with the preferred parking as well. So you can park in the preferred parking area of the parking lot. And a couple of things that they added that didn't exist for the Prestige Pass last time, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they're adding the fountain drinks now. So if you get the Prestige Pass, you'll have unlimited fountain drinks all day, which I'm not the biggest soda drinker, but if you are, I think that in itself is a pretty decent perk. And keep in mind, you're also going to get that free single-use fast pass per visit, and that in itself is a pretty awesome perk. So over here, this is the area where we're expecting that RMC to show up. So the rumor mill is saying it's going to be called Balor, B-A-L-O-R, the name of a mythical cyclops. It'll be an RMC hybrid coaster that'll break a whole bunch of records and will be built and ready to ride somewhere between 2028 and 2031. So that is what the rumor is. We don't have any solid facts on that just yet, but it does make a lot of sense that if there was going to be a new coaster, that would be the area, because there is so much space back there, but they're not doing anything with it. Gaskin in the house. You've got the Prestige currently and love it. Yes, so the Prestige is also going to come with some other perks as well. It's going to come with the access to the VIP lounge. So the All's Wells Hall is going to be open to you if you have that. And I believe there are some other perks, maybe some early access perks as well. But the main ones definitely would be the all park passport and the also you get the 2 annual Bring a Friend tickets, but you also, I think, will get a third one if you do that renewal between now and September 7th. So technically you get 3 Bring a Friends. New coaster should be themed around the Grand World Eatery, like a food coaster. I mean, a food coaster could be kind of cool. Let's see here what is going on with this Chicken Shack. Doesn't really look like too much is happening here since we last saw it. There are people still working on the inside. Oh, I see. The Grand World Exposition. Yeah, that makes way more sense. So, can't really see. We've got some, what is that? Blue and yellow checkers. I don't know if that really gives away. Maybe that's, because we know it's going to be something exotic. What's a flag that has blue and yellow? The Ukraine? So here we are. I don't, this thing will definitely open before the summer's over. I really don't think it's going to require that much. Like, whatever they're doing on the inside, I think the outside's done. They're just going to probably put a sign over there. But this side's painted, the roof's painted, these pillars are painted, the little switchback queue area painted. Yeah, it looks like it's probably just the inside that needs to be worked on now. And how long could that possibly take? I don't think that's going to take the entire month of August. Yeah, it could be. If they really want to go with the old-timey thing, I mean, it's pretty cool. But I guess the thing is that if they do make that RMC coaster over at the Kingswood area, that is going to be pretty visible as you're pulling into the park, right? So they're going to have to make some decisions. But I guess, they've got the mythical creature concepts kind of spread out anyway. Like, you've got Leviathan in Medieval Fair. You've got Behemoth in, like, Action Point. So it is possible that they'll still go with the Balor mythical Cyclops in the Grand World Expo area and just say, whatever, It's another one of those beasts of a coaster, and it's right there at the front for everyone to see when they come in. I mean, it's a good opportunity to have something really mind-blowing right there when you pull into the parking lot. Ziz. Yeah, weren't we talking about that last year? I believe we will be able to try the new food there before the meal plan changes. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to those meal plans, so the new meal plans, they're pretty bad. There's 3 tiers for the meal plans. You can get, I think it's $120, $110, I believe it is. You can get a meal plan that will get you 20 meals for the whole season, which is not a lot, because that is, let's say you do 2 meals a day, that's only 10 visits. That's not very much. There's a tier that's a step up from that. I want to say it's around $150, and that's going to get you 30 meals. That's still not a lot. That's, if you're doing 2 meals a day, that's only 15 visits, which is really only a little more than 2 weeks. For somebody like me that comes here all the time, that's going to be done real fast. So the other option, which is the unlimited dining plan, and the absolute worst plan of the whole lot, is one that they have going on for $400. That's right, $400, and you can eat all that you want. The same way that we do now, with one sort of major difference in that with your all dining pass for the season right now, you have to wait that 4-hour window before you can have another meal. But this $400 one, you're going to be getting access to a meal every 90 minutes. So, I mean, it's one of those things. Again, it's like, it feels bad because it's a comparison, Right now, I don't need to eat more than 2 meals a day here. A, the food is not that good. And B, I'm not, like the kind of person that eats every 1.5 hours. So it's really nothing but bad for me, because, like, I'm comparing that to what I paid for this season's dining pass, and I'm not seeing the value in it. I'm definitely paying more for less in my scenario. But if you are someone who comes here all the time, you do eat a meal every 90 minutes, then you could technically get some good value out of that. I have seen some people on Facebook going as far as to say that deal, if you do live close by, is really not so bad, because you can eat so many meals a day, you could literally replace buying groceries. But the problem of the bad food here still remains. Yeah, you can replace your groceries, but you're stuck eating bad Canada's Wonderland food every day. Who wants to do that? Now that does make sense, because the special event food is always better than the the everyday regular dining options that they have here. So I could see that if you saved up, if you got the 20 meal plan, but you only used those for meals during the events like Brew and BBQ, Celebration Canada, Oktoberfest. That's a good point, SMG. That is a good point. So we're at what am I saying? This heat's getting to me. We're at Yukon Striker right now. The wait time currently 20 minutes is what's advertised on the sign, and 5 minutes if you have the fast lane. But let me take a look, because these signs are known to be wrong. Let's see how far back this queue goes. If it's a true 20 minutes, or if the sign's lying to us. I have a suspicion that it might be a lie. Let's see. Oh, I think it's definitely a lie, because this line is going all the way back there. Has it gone to the super extended section? I don't think it has gone to the super extended section, but it's about just as far back as it can go. Not all the switchback is occupied, which is good, but it is all the way back there. That's not 20 minutes. 35. 35 and up, I would say. Yeah, that's how they get you. Is that how they get you? So yeah, this is the new deal. So for me personally, I think I will be renewing, and I'll be renewing to get the Prestige. I would say I think that's a bit more value for someone like myself. But I think the Gold Pass, like, if you are not planning on going to other Six Flags theme parks, I think the Gold Pass will probably suffice for most. At $99, it's not so bad. I mean, you know, you're getting access to the park for the entirety. Well, I mean, you're getting access once you purchase it all the way to the end of 2027. So that's not so bad. I mean, it was $89 last year. You got more out of it, but that was done intentionally so that, you know, they can rope people in. It's business 101. Fish and chips, Manchu wok, peppered beef with noodles, and tikka masala, and now my go-to. Nice. My go-to is the chicken wrap at the Roadside Chicken. We'll pass by it and see if it's open. It's not always open, but if you are here and you're walking past Roadside Chicken and you notice that it's open, stop by and get that chicken wrap. Trust me, you'll like it, and you can thank me later. Splashworks absolutely packed, it would seem, today. What's up, Eli? Thanks for watching. So we've been talking a bit about the 2027 season passes. So there's two options. There's the $99 and then there's the $229. And the $229 does give you the $20 credit, which is you know, one of those things. Like, personally, I would rather it just be cheaper than giving me the credit, because you know, I would rather just pay less. I don't want to have the money locked in to have to buy something here at Canada's Wonderland. But again, that's how they get you. So Splashworks super packed today, but makes sense. It's a hot one. It's a hot one. So the Prestige Pass, I'm not really too much of a water park guy, but for any of y'all that are into water parks, I should mention that the Prestige Pass will get you into all the water parks, all the Six Flags owned water parks, whereas the Gold Pass, sort of same deal with just regular park admission, is only going to get you in to what they call the Midwest region water parks. So keep that in mind. But yeah, personally, I see the Prestige as being more value to me, because I know I'm going to be going to other parks, not just Canada's Wonderland. Honestly, I would agree with you, SMG. The single-use Fast Pass is clearly like the biggest benefit of the whole thing. So I think that's what it's going to have to be. And, you know, I think also it's something that to keep in mind is that overall, I mean, $200, it's not cheap, but I mean, if you were to come to this park just a couple days or something and just pay the day rate, you're already looking at a price that's pretty comparable. So, all things considered, 2 days at the park versus unlimited days at the park with all those perks. I hate to say it, but I think it actually works out to be an all right deal. I mean, I wish it was $89 again. Of course I do. But for what it is, could be worse. Now, when it comes to the dining plan, though, I truly don't know that I'm going to get any dining plan next year. And I think that a lot of people that live in the area know that there are other options, you know. The dining plan is kind of a convenient thing to have because if you're at the park, you don't want to have to go back to your car, to your cooler and get some food or something like that, or like take a little walk across the street. You know, are like, I'm here already, I got the dining plan, I'll just eat something here so I don't have to leave. And really, that's kind of the only benefit of it, because outside of the special events food items, most of the, you know, constant food items here are not the greatest. So I don't think I'll be getting the dining pass next year. I don't think any of those options suit me very well. And I sure as heck I'm not going to pay $400 for unlimited food, even if it is every 90 minutes, because I'm not going to be eating every 90 minutes. There's times where I come here and I don't even eat after the 4-hour period because the first meal filled me up. And speaking of which, we're here at the Roadside Chicken, which is open today. Thank your lucky stars, the Roadside Chicken is open today. Best believe I'm going to be getting a chicken wrap from that after this live stream. Although last time I was here, actually, I stopped by here. I was so happy that it was open, and I stopped by, and believe it or not, I get up to the front of the line and I go, I'll take the chicken wrap. I said, oh, we don't have the chicken wrap. We have everything else except for the chicken wrap. So hopefully that doesn't happen again today. Eli, how many rides I've rode in like all time or today? Today I haven't gone on a single ride, but in all time, immeasurable. St. Louis, great sliders, drinks for cheap before 5. True. Yeah, that's the thing, because like the meal plan, you don't have to get it. Like, it's not mandatory to get it in this renewal period. So I would wait. If you've already got a dining plan and you've already got your dining plan for the rest of the year, you're sorted for the rest of the year. So I would say play it by ear, see what happens come 2027. It's a good plan. And look at this, Lumberjack is open. So yeah, a couple weeks ago, this thing got stuck upside down for a total of 9 minutes. Riders upside down, blood rushing to their skulls. But now it's open. Would you want to go on this thing again after that incident happened? Kind of like a little apprehensive myself, but I did not know that. Well, that is a good little tip there. So B-Man the Champ has an amazing tip here, that if you go to the Wendy's across the street and show them your season pass, you can get 10% off. It's amazing. You know what else is amazing? Is Vortex doesn't appear to have a massive line today. Now this is actually really shocking. It says 30 minutes on the posted wait time. It might even be a little less. There's only a few rows in there, and then it's up into the stairs and you're in the station. Wow, this is literally the first time of this entire season that I have not seen Vortex's line going like all the way out of the queue. Soaring Timbers, continuing to not be very popular. But we're gonna go check out the most popular ride in the park. That is right, we're going to Alpen Fury. Timbers Grill closed, as per usual. I think I've maybe seen this place open 2 times this season. Vortex was packed yesterday. Vortex has been packed most days. This is very interesting. So things were kind of busy in Frontier Canada, lots of people. But I wonder if everyone's just going to Splashworks today. Because take a look at the Human Zoo. This is what I call the line here, the Human Zoo. It's caged. You can watch all these creatures doing their thing behind it. It's very much like a zoo. But they are humans, and they are trapped behind these gates. But look at this. There's hardly anybody in the line for Alpenfury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 empty rows in the Human Zoo. This is unheard of. It is Friday today. It's a scorcher. The weather is nice, and there's nobody in line for Alpenfury. Wild. There's more people in line for the Fly. The Fly goes all the way over there. The riders were stuck upside down for half an hour. Who even knows what that does to the human body? Half an hour with your blood rushing into your skull? That could cause like permanent, irreversible damage. Who knows? All right, so we saw the Human Zoo back there. Not so many people. Let's try and take a little guess at how long the wait time is. I think it's going to be 45 minutes. But what we've noticed before is that when the Human Zoo is as empty as it is right now, it tends to have a super long wait time on the sign, and that's what's causing people to not even want to try getting on this ride. So let's see. Oh my God, it is that again. This is wild. Look at this. So it is posted at 120 minutes, 2 hours, and nobody is in the line. Well, again, this is why you want to watch these live streams. If you're planning on coming to Canada's Wonderland today, or if you're at Canada's Wonderland today, get your butt over to Alpenfury right now, because you are going to be waiting 30 minutes, 45 minutes, if it doesn't break down, in the regular standby queue at almost 2 p.m. on a sunny Saturday. Unheard of. And also, take a look at this. The single rider line, nobody, as far as the eye can see. So it is quite possible that the single rider line is starting somewhere there, which means if you hop into that line now, you're good at 10, 15 minutes tops. And we can see that Alpenfury is not broken, it is not down. So the reason why nobody's in that line is truly because the wait time posted, and I'm sure on the app, is saying that it's 120 minutes, a 2-hour wait, when really it's only a 30-minute wait. Yeah, you were right on the money there, SMG. You knew it. You knew it. Let's take a look at our little goat family here. So we got our one goat, we got our second goat, and we got our third goat all the way up there at the top. Joshua, thanks for watching. Yeah, could be less than half an hour for sure. The launch motors, all the sounds of Alpenfury are so awesome. I love that ride. See if we can catch another launch. Someone needs to pick up that phone because you called it. You certainly did. Man, it is so hot out today. Okay, here comes the orange train. Gonna hit that first launch right there. And into Wonder Mountain she goes. Love it. Such a good ride. Such a good ride. Okay, so another thing that I was going to talk about today. Let's see, which way should we go? Let's see if the Bat's running, and then we'll maybe loop around Medieval Fair. But the other thing I was going to talk about is the future plans. So my future plans. I have some future plans, some very imminent future plans, I should say, that are involving my road trip to the States, the United States, of course, that is, of America. And I'm going to be going to a bunch of theme parks. So my goal is to hit up, I want to say it's 14, that's correct, 14 parks before the end of August. That's correct. So I am going to be traveling a lot, starting as soon as 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. And the Bat is running. Rejoice, everybody. Fans of Bats. Rejoice. So I am going to be going, like I said, on a pretty extensive journey throughout the month of August to a bunch of theme parks. I'm still going to be doing a lot of Canada's Wonderland content. Centerville, actually, funny you should bring that up, B-Man, because Centerville is one of the parks that is on the list. And I will be putting out kind of a overview video for each of these parks, as well as some smaller videos here and there, probably some POVs, of course, definitely some POVs, I should say, as well as some informational videos, some Easter eggs, and then at the end of the month, moving into fall, I'll probably be doing some videos that are kind of like ranking the different coasters across the different parks to sort of give an idea of which parks people should be headed to and what you really want to prioritize when you get to those parks. Thanks for subscribing, Joshua. There is going to be lots of really cool videos. I'm very excited. So I have a couple videos prepared because I'm going to be out of the country until next Wednesday, actually, leaving tomorrow 5 a.m. in the morning. So I'll be out of Canada's Wonderland for almost a week. So I have a couple of videos that I've prepared that I'll be releasing in the meantime that are Canada's Wonderland related. But I will tell you right now what the parks are that I will be going to this weekend. So I am going to start my journey tomorrow. I am going to be hitting up Dorney Park, which is in Dorneyville, Pennsylvania. Looks like some pretty interesting, unique rides over there. Possessor, I believe it's called, and Demon Drop look really, really interesting. So I'm excited to try those out. There's also a number of coasters there that look pretty interesting. Then I'm going to be moving to Jackson, New York, where I'm going to go to Six Flags Great Adventure. Very excited to go there. Lots of really awesome looking roller coasters there. I'm also really stoked to see the track of Bakunawa, which is the new coaster that's going to open. It's not going to be open when I go, but it's going to open in 2027. And if you have not seen Bakunawa, any of the promo videos, oh my lord, you have to look it up ASAP because this coaster looks insane. It literally might be the scariest looking thing ever built. Check it out, Bakunawa at Six Flags Great Adventure. Bakunawa is like a I want to say an Asian, like mythical serpent, but it's a purple sort of snake thing, and it looks insane. I will be going to the Florida parks. I'm just not too sure when exactly. I did originally plan for September, but it might have to be a little later. But we'll see what happens. I'm keeping my eye on flight tickets, but the plan still tentatively is to hit up the Florida parks in September, like probably mid-September maybe. But I'll keep everyone posted on that. But the immediate plans is Dorney Park, and then Six Flags Great Adventure, and then I am going to Hershey Park. So Hershey Park is in, literally the place is called Hershey, Pennsylvania, and that park looks amazing. Some really great selection of coasters and unique rides there. However, I do have that park planned for Monday, and Monday is supposed to be like nothing but thunderstorms in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So I'm not 100% certain what I'm gonna do in the event that it does pour rain. Because the good thing is like I've bought my ticket and everything already, but it's not, you don't buy the ticket for a specific day, so I could not use it and then go another day. But then I got to think about hotels and stuff. So there's a little bit of logistics I got to figure out. And obviously the weather is not 100% certain, as we've come to realize with the weather forecast here in Toronto over the summer. So not too sure what will happen with that, but the plan is to hit up Hershey Park on the Monday. And then the final park that I'm going to go to is Knoebels. Knoebels is in a place called Ellisburg that is in Pennsylvania as well. It's pretty close to Hershey Park. I think it's only about a 2-hour drive, but it's an interesting park. It's a small one. It's a very old park. Definitely an amusement park, not a theme park. Has a hodgepodge of flat rides and some coasters, but the cool thing about that park is it is a free admission park, so you don't have to pay to get in, but you do pay per ride. So that's kind of cool. Like, I definitely, when I looked at the park online, I was like, there's not that much that I want to do here, but there are some very unique rides that I do want to try. So I'm very glad that the situation is pay per ride, because it's only about $5 per ride. And I think there's only like 3 or 4 that are really, like, you know, must do rides for me. So that's going to be a pretty affordable visit if I'm only having to pay, you know, $15 to $20 to get on those rides. Well, we'll go over to the Daredeviler now, and we'll take a look at the line. We've kind of done our first lap around the park, but yeah. So then after Knoebels, I will be headed back to Toronto, and then we'll likely do some video content here at the home park, Canada's Wonderland. We'll see what, if anything, is new next week. Maybe they'll have some updates with the Firetown funnel cakes. Maybe we'll get some updates with the Chicken Shack. Maybe we'll hear some more rumors about this RMC hybrid that is supposed to be coming in the next few years. So yeah, and then, so this is even more exciting. Yeah, it's the Allswell Hall is always closed. I don't know why. But yes, they are the same thunderstorms that are coming. I'll go across the bridge to the Daredeviler. We haven't gone that way yet today. Yeah, what am I saying? Oh yeah, I might go to the CNE as well. Not too sure just yet, but I might. But what I will be doing is, so this week, so from tomorrow until Wednesday, it'll be those 4 parks that I mentioned: Dorney Park, Six Flags Great Adventure, Hershey Park, and Knoebels Amusement Park. And then we'll be coming back, probably gonna hit up Centerville at some point while I'm back here, as well as, you know, Canada's Wonderland content. Then the weekend, not the weekend after, but the weekend of, I believe it's the 14th, I'll be doing another 4-park road trip, and that is going to include La Ronde will be the first stop. Everyone's least favorite park. La Ronde will be the first one. Then we'll be heading south through upstate New York to, what is it, Six Flags Great Adventure, which is in Queensbury, New York. Then we'll be headed down south to Six Flags New England, and then we'll head back north through Syracuse, where there's a small place called what's it called? Sylvan Beach Amusement Park. That's the name of it. Took me a second to remember it. I had to like sing the jingle in my head to remember the name. Sylvan Beach Amusement Park. And trust me, go to Sylvan Beach Amusement Park's website and click any of the links there. It is the most old school, like, people have said that this park is trapped, it's frozen in time. I couldn't agree more. Look at the park, it feels like it's trapped in like the late 80s, early 90s. The website feels like it's a website designed like when the first websites were ever designed. And they got this song that plays in the background, and it's like a full-on theme song for the place. And I gotta say, it slaps. I let that song play out. My wife couldn't stand it. She tried to stop me from listening to it. I listened to it like 3 times in a row. It is a banger of an amusement park theme jingle, let me tell you. Never heard anything quite like it. So that's those 4. So we got the 4 this weekend. We got Centerville somewhere in between. Then we got the other 4 the weekend after, not the immediate weekend after that, but so that's 9. Then that following week, I am planning to take a trip to, what's up Lenny? What's up Lenny, my guy? My moose, I should say. Yeah, once I come back from that trip to Six Flags New England and then Sylvan Beach Amusement Park, I'll be taking a trip. This one I can't do by car, unfortunately it's too far, but we'll be going to Six Flags over Texas. We're going to try the Tormenta Rampage and Run 309-foot dive coaster. Going to be absolutely insane. Can't wait. Then we are coming back. We are going to go to Darien Lake for round 2. We did that last year, but we're going to try it again this year. Get some video footage of that, what it's like this time around. And then we are finishing up the month of August on the last weekend of the month, doing 2 more parks. We're going to Cedar Point again, round 2 for Cedar Point, and we're going to Waldameer Park, which has a very unique roller coaster that actually, I was talking about this on the last live stream, like how cool would it be to have a roller coaster that goes across the freeway. Well, actually at Waldameer Park, they have a roller coaster, a wooden coaster. It doesn't go over a freeway, but it does go over a road. You can check it out. I forget the name of the coaster itself, but if you look on YouTube, you type in Waldameer roller coaster that goes over the road or whatever combination of those words you want to use, you'll find it. It's very unique. So that is, I believe, what number are we at there? 13? So 13 parks. And then, of course, our home park. So that is, yeah, 14 parks that I aims to go to in the month of August. So that's my future plans that I wanted to let everyone know. There's a chance that, you know, not all these things will come to fruition, but we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. And unfortunately, I'm not in control of the weather, so we'll see what happens. If I get rained out on Monday and I can't go to Hershey Park, I'm definitely not going to use the ticket that day because, of course, it's not a Six Flags park, so I did have to buy the tickets separately. But they're not dated, so I think what I'll do, if it is thunderstorms all day, I'll just save it and maybe try and hit it up with like another trip. Maybe that could fit into the Cedar Point trip, or not for sure. But so we'll play it by ear. But either way, looks like the weather's good for Dorney Park and for Six Flags Great Adventure. So stay tuned. And I think we'll be good for Knoebels as well. Looks like the rain's probably going to stop by Tuesday, yeah. Say hi to the girl working at the antique photo booth. Is that someone you know? So let me take a look. I'm going to take a look down here at the, let's take a look at the line size for the Daredeviler. The Daredeviler, it's been open for a week now. People seem to like it. I had a pretty good experience on this thing. It was not the brain bruiser that it used to be, thank goodness. And I really love the theming. The grand opening was a great little show. It was a rough day. It was a hot day, and the ride did close pretty soon after opening. A lot of people were pretty bummed out about that, understandably. But I did like the sort of fanfare that they had. They had the character actors showing up. And yeah, I have that whole video here on the channel. If you missed it, it is the Daredeviler grand opening, my review, my initial reaction. I went on it 2 times. First time, second row. Second time, first row. Right now, it doesn't look like there's too many people in the line. This is interesting because I did kind of predict that the line size would be bigger throughout the first couple of weeks. But, okay. I just forget sometimes how long this line actually is. But yeah, it's super long. There's people all over there. So this is, yeah, they've opened up that whole portion of the line. So it probably stops right behind that hangar there. And the line would then go across through that long area, then back across, then through there. So really with a line that long, you're looking at about 30-40 minute wait probably. Yeah, there's no wait time sign, unfortunately, on the front of this. There's absolutely nobody in the fast lane pass. So if you do have fast lane, that's probably a pretty good option for it. But the best thing about this ride is the fact that they don't have that sign that used to be there. You all remember it. It's the sign that said you must remove all your earrings because they are going to be smashed into your skull as you ride around. Not the case anymore because these new harnesses, whoop, just missed it going by. The new harnesses are truly over the shoulder, not over the head like the old ones used to be. So you don't have to worry about that smashing into your head because it's literally nowhere near your head. And even if it was near your head, it wouldn't be that bad because it is it's made of rubber, not the hard plastic that the old ones were made of. But I had a pretty good time on this ride. I thought it was pretty sick. I think that they did a great job revamping it. I love the theming. So really good. I had a really positive experience. Still not going to be my favorite roller coaster by any stretch. I think I ranked it as either 7th or 8th place in the overall ranking of coasters at Canada's Wonderland. But massive improvement. Like, Flight Deck wasn't even on the list before. Oh, that was pretty good. Only 2 train wait. And you were in the regular queue? Not too bad of a wait time. So I did hear that it might rain later today as well. Not too sure. I mean, it is a little hot and humid. These are the conditions that do result in rain, but I guess we'll see. But there is a pretty big front that is headed towards the east, and this unfortunate timing for my road trip, so hopefully it doesn't get too affected. But if it does, you know, one of my greatest words of advice I can give everyone out there is that planning is a good thing, but improvising is really what life's all about. Because you can plan and plan, but sometimes things change and it's completely out of your hands. So you got to learn to roll with the punches and figure out what to do. And I will say I do find myself in that situation quite a lot, where I have to redesign my plans on the go because things change. So that's what it's going to be. We're going to hope for the best. Hope that it doesn't rain me out of Hershey Park, because honestly, out of the parks that I am going to over the course of the next few days, I was actually probably the most stoked about Hershey Park because it is very different, and there's a lot of history, and there's a lot of coasters, and a lot of chocolate. So we shall see. I would rather ride the Mighty Canadian Mindbuster. Yeah, that's way higher up on the ranking than Daredeviler. Yeah, number 6 under Mindbuster, yeah. Makes sense. Whoa, hey, look at this. I think the fence was moved a little bit. What? Look at this. The fence has been moved a little bit. It's become even more grotesque. There's now a garbage bag here and a bag of chips over there. This has now just become some sort of area that the wind, I think, is carrying all the garbage. If anything, the fence is helping it sort of like go down this sort of alley into that corner. Someone needs to move this fence. Yeah, Wildcats Revenge, and I think what's the other one? Storm something. There's two roller coasters. I think they're both Intamin launch coasters that start with the letter S, and the names were so similar that I forgot both of them. But those ones look really good. But yeah, the Wildcats Revenge is the RMC. Looks amazing. A lot of people rank that one pretty high. It's normally in the top 10 or even top 15 of people's best ranked coasters. And speaking of RMCs, so we've talked about this a couple times already on this live stream, but let's talk about it again if anyone's joined in and has not heard. But the rumors are that there will be a RMC hybrid coaster coming to this area called Balor, B-A-L-O-R. This is the name of a mythical Cyclops creature, and it's supposedly going to be a world record breaking hybrid coaster. Longest track, fastest track. It's going to have a 99-degree drop and will have 7 inversions. So that is extremely exciting news. Although it is still a rumor, but I do know, like, I've spoken to Chris Mortensen, the park president. We've talked about how he really wants to have this park turned into something kind of new and upgraded by 2031, which would be the 50-year anniversary of the park's opening. This park opened in 1981. Wild to think. We're coming up on half a century. So it's a pretty monumental milestone, and makes sense to have some new stuff pop up by then, especially some world-class stuff, because we got Alpenfury now, and the world is starting to take notice of this park. Now, the cool thing about having this RMC in the Kingswood Music Theater area is that this is going to be so visible when you roll into this park in the parking lot. Like, this is, if they make this thing huge, and, you know, think about some of those other RMCs out there and the architecture of them, it's kind of like mind-blowing in itself to look at those coasters without even going on them. So being greeted with something like that when you roll into the parking lot of the park would be incredible. So I'm very excited at that prospect. And while it is still in its rumor, era, I have a good feeling that that is what's going to happen. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of divided between whether or not we want a hybrid RMC at this park, or if we want a spinning coaster. And, in my personal preference, I would be leaning towards the RMC, but I wouldn't mind having a spinning coaster as well. So there is all that real estate over by the go-karts. It's not being used anymore. So is it not possible to do both? That would be awesome if we could have that RMC right up here at the front, and then have the spinner at the back. Would be sick. A Ferris wheel on Time Warp's plot? Actually, that's not a bad idea. Good afternoon, Natural Labs 22. I hope you're doing well on this hot and sunny Friday, this freaky Friday. Yes, we've talked about it a lot today on this live stream. I can kind of cover some of it quickly for those that weren't here for the beginning, but we did talk about the season passes. You got the 2 tiers, $99 for the gold tier, $229 for the, oh my goodness, Sledgehammer just opened. Sledgehammer's open, everybody. Come down to the park. This kid's running towards it. He knows what's up. Come on down, because Sledgehammer is open, and the wait time for Alpenfury is like probably 30 minutes, because the sign says 120 minutes, and it's deterred everybody from going on it. But really, it's a short time. Ferris wheel, though, would be sick. You did Leviathan 4 times today? Interesting. Yeah, Ferris wheel would be cool. Also, visually, would be very stunning to see when you come into the park. I do have a gimbal. The antique photo booth has air conditioning. True, very true. Yeah, that is the problem with spinners, is always a longer load time. Yeah, actually, B-Man, I was thinking about that too. I was a little shocked. Like, that would have been a really good incentive to make the mazes free for just a prestige tier. They don't let you film on rides unless you have the meta glasses. Yeah, that would be sick, actually. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I feel like the RMC will be the next thing. Like, I feel like there's just been too many rumors about it, and I agree. Like, I think that it'll just look so good to have that right up at the front of the park. Yeah, they do need some people eaters for sure. Like, I think Leviathan and Yukon do an okay job at that. Like, they do get a lot of trains going, and there's a decent amount of people on each one of those. Alpen's pretty slow with that. Behemoth's actually okay. They've got a lot of seats on each of these trains. But yeah, we were talking about the season passes, and so there's the Gold Pass, it's $99. There's the Prestige, is $229, but they do give you the $20 in-park credit if you get it before September 7th. But that is money that you can only spend at the park, which is a little frustrating, but you could think of it as saving $20. But it does seem that the Prestige does make more sense to get because it is going to get you the full all-park passport. The Gold Pass for 2027, it's only going to get you into the Six Flags parks that are located in the Midwest region. I'm not sure what all of those parks are, but it does include Cedar Point, which is good. But if you want to go to all the parks, you got to get the Prestige. So the Prestige is going to be like double the price if you think about it as $209 with that sort of $20 in-park credit or whatever. But it's also going to get you free fountain beverages, which is something it didn't include before, which is pretty good. And it's also going to give you the one-use single-use fast pass per visit, which in itself is amazing. You're going to get the preferred parking as well. So these are, I think, pretty good reasons to go for that one, but it really depends on what you're looking for, because if you're not, if you're not driving here, you don't have to worry about the parking at all. If you are only planning on going to Canada's Wonderland and not some of the other Six Flags parks, or you're just planning on going to, the kind of more immediate parks, like Cedar Point is technically like the closest park to get to that Six Flags owned once the year turns around, because they won't be including La Ronde on that list anymore. I mean, I guess Darien Lake is closer as well. And that Gold Pass will include Darien Lake as well. So if you are just going to go to parks that are in the sort of more immediate vicinity, then the Gold Pass might work out well for you. But for me personally, I'm going to go with the Prestige. And I think I'm going to skip on the dining plan, because the dining plan, the 3 tiers, are just, I don't personally see the value in it. SMG brought up a good point that you could use those 20 meals for just the specialty events, because the food at the specialty events is always better than the regular food. But yeah, I mean, it's like $110 for the plan that gets you 20 meals. It's like $140, I want to say, for the plan that gets you 130, and then it's a whopping $400 to get you the unlimited food. Although it's different than the one we currently have, because you can get access to that food every 90 minutes as opposed to every 4 hours. So I personally don't see the value in it, because I'm not the kind of person that eats every 1.5 hours, and I don't really like the food here. So that's my take on it. But yeah, I think that the Prestige is, we all want the $89 Gold Pass that we got this year. It's just not going to happen again, unfortunately. But I think the Prestige Pass does deliver good value for what it is, even though it's more expensive than what we would want it. This is the Mighty Canadian Mindbuster line right now. There's nobody in the fast lane, but the regular one is somewhat busy. I think you're looking at about 25-30 minute wait possibly there, depending on how the ride goes. Sometimes this one can be kind of slow. Action Zone. When was the last time I streamed at Cedar Point? Well, last time I was at Cedar Point was Oh, sorry, I'm kind of behind on the comments here. Are you gonna wear Meta glasses for the... So I'm not gonna do streams on the Meta glasses, but I will be getting ride POVs with the Meta glasses. So let me just take a seat right here. Oh, this seat is the worst spot right in the sun here. Let's go through these comments here and catch up a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't wear the Meta glasses for the stream. It's pretty much just for the ride POVs, but you'll be seeing lots of those in the days to come as I go to all these different parks. And yes, so RMC is Rocky Mountain Construction. They are a company that is really good at kind of converting wooden coasters into something better by using steel. And so a really popular RMC out there is Steel Vengeance, which is like kind of on everyone's top list, like normally number one on people's list. That's at Cedar Point. An amazing coaster, no doubt about it. I went on it when I went to Cedar Point. I did a video of Cedar Point. I also had a live stream at Cedar Point. I think, Eli, you may have asked that question. That is on the channel. If you just kind of scroll through, you type in Jordan's World Cedar Point, you'll probably find those on YouTube. But yeah, Steel Vengeance is a lot of fun. Really, really innovative and like unique experience. The architecture is insane. Personally, it didn't make my top 5 list, but it is a world-class coaster. But that is an example of an RMC. The Bat, Thunder Run, Up and Fury, low capacity, high demand rides. Yep, very true. Hoping that Action Zone gets themed to World Expo again. That'd be cool. Yeah, Action Zone. I don't feel like there's too much theming going on there. Like, Backlot Stunt Coaster's got some action to it, but like, you know, what else? Yeah, so Meta Glasses is the only way to film on the coasters. Some coasters at like other parks, non Six Flags theme parks, will let you still film with the GoPros. Like if it's if you have the chest harness and all that stuff. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It does kind of look like the juggler from Spy Kids, too. I'd like to see a significant uptake in the size and quality of the food. Yes, I would agree. Yes, these meal plans, for what they're offering, no bueno. You did Valravn yesterday and Yukon Striker today. Wow, nice. So 2 B&M dive coasters back to back. That's sick. So I'm going to be going on another B&M dive coaster tomorrow at Dorney Park. They have the Iron Menace, which is their, I guess, newest coaster. And that is also B&M, very, very similar track layout and ride vehicle design to Yukon Striker and Valravn. With a little bit of a smaller drop. I think this one's at 180 feet, somewhere around there. It's definitely lower than 200. So... is what it is. We'll see what it is. Like Valravn, I found like the drop on Yukon I think is better than Valravn, but I think the track, like the halfway point of the track of Valravn onwards to the end of the track is better than the halfway point of Yukon Striker. Yukon Striker does that last hurrah that I've talked about that I think is just very, I don't know, it's like boring in comparison to the rest of the ride. But the Valravn has a second drop that's actually pretty cool. Like this second drop into the last hurrah is, it's kind of I don't know, it's a little weak. Iron Gwazi, yes, is another good example. I'm actually really excited as well to try out tomorrow at Dorney. I think I'll probably try and work it out that I can have this while I'm waiting in line for the Iron Menace, but there is an Iron Menace beer that they have there, and you know I love a good themed beer, so I will be trying that tomorrow, and I'll talk about that, of course, in my recap when I do post that. Now, keep in mind, these recaps, like, unless I find a pocket of time on this road trip, which I very well might not, because it's kind of like, it's like hit and run pretty much at every theme park that I go to. Unless, of course, it rains, in which case I will have some free time. But, yeah, for everyone that watches the channel, you won't be seeing those videos until sometime next week, because obviously I'll have to edit them. That's going to take some time. So if I can, if like my priority when I go to these parks is going to be, you know, knocking out as many coasters as I possibly can. So that's objective number one. If I can get through these coasters in a timely fashion, and there is a window for me to do a live stream, I will do a live stream if I can from each of these parks. But what that means is I'm not going to be giving much notice. So I did post the this live stream. I posted the link for this last night, because I knew I was going to do this to give everyone updates and talk a bit about these season passes and dining plans. But yes, if I get the opportunity to do any live streams from the other parks I'm visiting this weekend, it will be like me just going live. So another good reason to be subscribed to this channel and to hit the bell notification button, because you probably want to check out those live streams. You're going to be, if you do, you're going to be exploring those parks with me. These parks that I'm visiting over the course of the next few days are parks I've never been to before. So it will be an adventure, and it will be exciting. So all I can say is, if you aren't already subscribed and you haven't already clicked the bell notification button, I would recommend doing that, because these live streams, if they happen, there's going to be no real like advance notice. It's just going to happen. Now I'll take a seat here for a moment, for a hot minute, a literal hot minute, because it's scorching hot out here. I think this one seat over here is a little more in the shade. Maybe we can get a good look at Yukon while it does its loop. Let's see here. I'll catch up with the comments. A little hard to see the comments, to be honest, with the sun today. Oh, no way, you were on Yukon. Wait, you were using your phone on Yukon? You're watching my live stream while you're on Yukon? Yeah, Iron Menace does have a rattle to it. Like, it's, I don't know. It's smooth. I don't want to, like, trash talk Steel Vengeance. Or no, sorry, you're talking about Iron Menace. No, Iron Menace, it's not rattly on Iron Menace. Steel Vengeance is not rattly. Steel Vengeance is violent. It can be violent. And that's what I noticed with it, which what kind of knocked it down in the ranking for me. But all things considered, it was awesome. But yeah, Iron Menace, I heard that you really want to be seated in the middle of the ride vehicles to not get that B&M rattle. But the problem is that we all know that the sides on those dive coasters are the best place to be, because you're not like over the track, and it's better when you're at the dive, and honestly for the majority of the track. So I don't know. I'm okay with a lot of. I've been on some pretty rattly rides. I think I'll be okay. I'll try the side, but if it's too bad, I'll try it again and try the middle. Yeah, that is a bummer that we wouldn't get one designed by the designer of what do you say it was? Iron Vengeance? I see. Yeah, the creator of Steel Vengeance. Raptor, I've rode Raptor. Raptor was pretty fun. It's a nice B&M inverted coaster. Mako at SeaWorld and Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland, kind of the same hyper coasters. Cool. Nice. Oh, sick. That makes sense. I was going to say, the visual of someone watching my live stream while just like going through Yukon Striker would be like the funniest thing ever. But still, I mean, even though it wouldn't be designed by Alan, I'm sure that they have a pretty good team of individuals that will put something really top-notch together. So yeah, we will we'll keep our ears to the ground, and we'll try and figure out what's going on with this new RMC coaster here at Canada's Wonderland. I hope the rumors are true. My heart is telling me that they are. So we will see, though. Time will tell all. But I do like, I get what you're saying, SMG, about theming it to the old-timey sort of like Grand World Expo. But I do like the idea of throwing another mythical beast into the mix. I do. So I think Balor, the Cyclops, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a cool idea. Some people have even gone as far as to make like mock-up artwork for Balor. Yeah, you can look that up online. And it looks kind of cool. So we'll see what happens. Carson Kier, thanks for watching. Yeah, that's right. Leviathan's over 300, so that's a Giga coaster. Yeah, Carson Kier, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's been a little busy today. So we went by some of the rides. We got a wait time of, it was like 20 minutes for Behemoth, although it looked a little longer. We saw 20 minutes as well for Yukon, but definitely longer, probably 40 minutes. Vortex wasn't so bad. Leviathan was 40 minutes, probably pretty true to that. And then we had Alpenfury, which was listed as 120 minutes, but was definitely closer to about 30 minutes, or maybe even less. Probably not that much less. Probably between 30 and 40 minutes, actually, from being honest. So, pretty cool. If you're at Canada's Wonderland today, head on over to Alpenfury. Why don't we go check out Alpenfury now and see if things have changed? We're already an hour and a half into this podcast. Siren's Curse, I'm going to be honest with you, Eli. Siren's Curse instantly became part of my top 5 coasters. When I went on that thing, I was just blown away. And I gotta say, if you didn't try it, try the back row on Siren's Curse. It is so good. You get that extra height on the tilt and the extra whiplash along the ride, and it is just so smooth. It runs so well. I mean, it does go down. people that have been to Cedar Point know that it does go down. But honestly, both times I went on it, I think I waited half an hour one time for it and maybe 45 minutes the second time for it. Really quite manageable. Thankfully, it wasn't super sunny the days that I went as well. I love the theming of the queue. I love the theming of the ride. I love the on-ride speakers. It's got a lot working for it. So I gotta say, I really think that there's a lot of people that maybe wrote off Siren's Curse as a gimmicky coaster with just the tilt being its only kind of truly thrilling element. But I strongly disagree. I think that it is an amazing coaster, and it is in my top 5. It does take the 5th place in my ranking of top 5 coasters that I've been on. But I love it. So we'll see if that gets dethroned after I go to these 13, 14 parks I'm planning on going to in the month of August. For any of you that are not watching, I'm going to be going to a lot of parks. Is the plan. We may not succeed because weather, is always a factor. But the plan is over the course of the next 4 or 5 days, I'm going to be going to Dorney Park. I'm going to be going to Six Flags Great Adventure. I'm going to be going to Hershey Park, and I'm going to be going to Knoebels, Obi-Wan Knoebels, Knoebels Amusement Park. So we'll be back here in Toronto next Wednesday, where we will continue to do some Canada's Wonderland content, some live streams and what have you. But I will be out of the country until then, going to all these different parks. So it should be awesome. And okay, so things have changed a little bit here at the Human Zoo. A lot more people in the line right now. I guess people figured out what was going on here, but still not so bad. It's always a good sign when it's not filled to capacity. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have 6, almost 7 rows in this switchback that are unoccupied, which is it's kind of a rare thing. So.
Thank you for your attention and enjoy your journey into the heart of Wonder Mountain and beyond.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of funny with Siren's Curse. Like the front row it is like, I didn't go on the front row, so I went on it 2 times. The first time was kind of like in the center, and then the second time was in the back. But I was thinking about the front row for Siren's Curse, and I was like, this is probably the one ride where the front row is really actually kind of not the worst, but like not the best, because you're literally as low as you can possibly be on the dive drop, right? Or the tilt drop. But of course you do get the unobstructed view. But I think, like, I posted a POV of my experience on Siren's Curse from the back row, and I think there's actually something even more visually pleasing about it to see the whole train in front of you. So I had a really good time in that back row. Human Zoo is bumping. It's bumping now. It's picking up steam, and I assume it's only going to be a matter of time before it gets really full. And I'll tell you why, actually, in a second. It's going to get really full soon because the sign has now been adjusted. The sign now says 60 minutes. And based on what the Human Zoo looked like, I think that is now an underestimation. Before they overestimated, now it's an underestimation. I think it's going to take longer than 60 minutes where it's at right now. So this has been Alpenfury's playing a game of opposite day today. So they are posting wait times that are super high when the wait time's actually pretty low, and when the wait time is pretty high, they're posting a relatively low wait time sign. Opposite day today. Alpenfury for me is my top 3. So Velocicoaster is number 1. Top Thrill 2 is number 2. Alpenfury is number 3. Stardust Racers is number 4. And Siren's Curse, number 5. And number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is All the Bat, baby. Just kidding. You have to wait to hear the full 10 top 10 ranking. I'll be doing a video about it. But I also have to be fair to the other parks. So that video probably won't be out until the end of August, once I get through those other 14 parks. But it's going to be epic, let me tell you. And then there's a pretty decent chance that we'll be hitting up the Florida parks in September. So there's a lot of stuff to keep us all occupied. Ryan Hood in the hood. It's looking kind of busy. It's not so bad. Like, there's the wait times that I've seen looks like about 40, 50 minutes for Leviathan, about half an hour for Behemoth, maybe 30 to 40 minutes for Yukon, and right now probably a little over an hour to an hour and a half maybe for Alpenfury. But there are some pretty big crowds here. It may get bigger as the day goes on. It's very hot though. Ryan, I would say bring some sunscreen, bring a hat, bring whatever, like some sort of container that you can put water in. You need to hydrate. It is the number one thing that takes people down at theme parks. Dehydration. You think you're drinking enough water, you're not. Keep drinking some more. Okay, so I think I will not hang out right by this here speaker, but maybe a little bit further away. Here we are. And we will, oh, there's speakers everywhere. Can't escape the speakers. This tune though, I hope I don't get copyright dinged for this. If I have, and I'm pointing to the speaker and there's no music playing, it's because I had to delete the song from the video for copyright purposes. But that song is the theme to the Boy Who Would Be King, I think is the name of the movie. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this movie. I have not. But I found out that the artist that did the score for it is called Electric Wave Bureau, I think is the name of it. Might be wrong. Electric Wave Bureau, I think, is the name of the artist. But what I found out is that that is actually another musical project by Damon Albarn from the band Blur and the Gorillaz. I never knew that. So they actually have a few movie scores out where he and a collective of other artists did all the music. Super cool. And it's funny because I've been going through Wonderland listening to this new like cinematic score music that they have going on, and I hear that one every now and again. I'm like, that one actually slaps. It's called Arthur's Theme from The Boy Who Would Be King by Electric Wave Bureau. I think that's correct. I might be wrong with the wording a little bit on that, but it's yeah, from the guy who brought you Blur and the guy who brought you Gorillaz. Crazy. So yeah, I will be ending the stream here. So we'll get a little glimpse of Wonder Mountain behind me. As I've mentioned, it's a good time to subscribe to the channel because I will be doing potentially some live streams from some of these other parks that we're going to. 14 parks that are, well, one of them might be Canada's Wonderland, but we're going to do at least 13 parks in the month of August that are not Canada's Wonderland. And I might be doing some live streams for them, but that will only happen if the opportunity strikes. So you're going to want to stay subscribed and notified, the bell notification button, if you want to get that notification as soon as the live stream happens and hop in and explore those new parks along with me. But for everyone that's been watching, as always, thank you so much. I always appreciate the chat and the views and the comments and everything you guys do. It's always a fun time. So Canada's Wonderland, if you're planning on coming out today, super hot, crowd sizes moderate to large, wait times roughly about an hour for an hour or a little less for most of the big four around here, with the exception of Alpenfury. That's probably just going to go up in time as the day goes on. So thank you Joshua, thank you Eli, thank you SMG, thanks Beto. I am so sorry, but it is literally the end of the stream that you're tuning into right now. But if you do scroll back to the beginning of this, we have talked about a lot, including a potential new RMC coaster that's coming to Canada's Wonderland called Balor, based off of a mythical Cyclops. And we've also discussed the new 2027 season plans, the Gold Tier, the Prestige, and we've also discussed my plans to go to a whole bunch of theme parks throughout the month of August. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Stay in the loop. There's going to be such cool stuff. I'm so excited. This road trip starts at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So join me as I do this thing. All right. Take care, everybody. Have an awesome weekend. TGIF, and thanks for watching.